What's up, Ruthless Nation? Here we are, Wednesday evening, and it is time for the Season 3 Pro Series Championship. Also, we'll have the Pro-Am Series out here tonight. Both of these championships are up for grabs still here this evening. I think we're looking at T-Dubs. Needs to finish 9th or worst. Would lose him the championship. And on the Pro-Am side, we have got a few guys. Lalo is the points leader. Impact's going to be looking to chase him down. With how the standings are sitting right now, Impact would be your champion. So that's the difference there. Impact needs 2 Pro-Am positions over Lalo here. So that's what we'll be looking at as the race goes on. All these guys in 10th on down, except for Black Talon, are in your Pro-Am. Black Talon, along with 9th on up, is a part of your Pro. And that'll be T-Dubs going for this from the pole position as we'll get underway here from Interlagos. We're underway here from Interlagos. It is the Season 3 Ruthless Pro and Pro-Am Championship. Looking good so far up front here. We'll see how close together these guys get going. It is going to be all 3 tires will be required here. Eye on that right here. Close battle for everything in this top 5. You see Dak Fu very tight knit all the way there up to 8th position. Got quite the pack back there. You got Talon. He's trying to get up through these other cars here. Impact already taking a half-second penalty. He's followed by Lalo right now. That puts him in the championship win. There's the 24 car followed by Rebel Hawk there in the 3. Back up in front to T-Dub. You see him there trying to fight with Cork. Cork back there doing Cork things, getting a little loose. Third is Fab, followed by Zep, Snowman, and Dak Fu. 1, 2, 3 in a row right there. 4, 5, and 6. Tight knit battle right there between these guys. We'll see if anybody looks to attack down to the inside. That's sort of the defensive look. You see Zep looks to be defensive there. Snowman not able to do anything on the outside. They'll stay right in order as they were. It was a good battle here for 8th position. Still looking pretty tough here from 9th through 11th. Lalo has put his in 12th, fighting here with the 24 and 13th. All right, good racing all the way out through this field so far. As Cork is right here on T-Dubs, and he is making things rough through the interior section of this course. Very tight sets of turns right through here. Overall, though, Interlagos allows for a lot of high-speed racing. Just a very technical, what you would consider infield section. You can see these guys going through it right now. Third's got a little bit of breathing room here with Fab. The Snowman's going to have to serve a penalty. That's going to slow him up enough to have Dak Fu and Zep right there back into his laps. You see Snowman, he'll slow down there. And let's see how good he's able to get back on the jump here right away from Dak Fu. He's going to have a good slipstream here coming up the front stretch. We're getting up into the 150s here. Got real close to 155 there with Snowman. We'll check and see what this next straightaway does for us. off the board of Snowman. Oh, he did not get out of there very good. That's actually going to give Dak a little bit of advantage there. I don't know, maybe he slipped up getting out to the outside. So both the front stretch and this section of racetrack are pretty similar. See, Cork and T-Dubs have sort of settled out here. Got about a car width of space between those two there. Fab still with some decent breathing room. Snowman has overcome that penalty last lap. Sort of separated himself again here from Dak Fu, running 5th in that 5 machine. He's followed by Zep, Rick Slick, and Flash Gordo right there for 7th and 8th. Owoods leading the Pro-Am right now. Not quite sure. But anyways, championship right now for the Pro-Am is belonging to Lalo. Even though we have the 24 up here, he is too many points away. He would, I think, have to have, I don't think there's enough Pro-Am points there for that 24 to be able to get that championship this evening. Just up the wins and points total for the season with a good finish from the Pro-Am side of this. All drivers are racing for pro points. So if one of these Pro-Am drivers get around one of these pro drivers, that's an extra loss of 5 points. Finishing positions are separated by 5 points. Castro machine there for number 6 of Monkey. Followed by Woods. Black Talons moved up to 11th. There's the BMW. Did not have a good turn 1 look there. Oh, looks like we're maybe auto driving there for the 24 right now. Oh no, Rebel Hawk has the second penalty after running off the track there. Looks like Fab has moved up into second place. Cork must have had an incident, and in Cork fashion, he's dropped himself back here into a mess of traffic following Flash Gordo at the moment. Thanks to anybody watching out there. Much appreciated. Please hit the like button. T-Dup still leads this thing. We see he's on the hard tires. So is Fabricio back here. He's on the hard tires in second. Mediums to Dak in third. Hards to Zep in fourth. Mediums Rick Slick. Mediums Snowman. Mediums Cork. And everyone else, except for Impact, he's on the hard tires. And so most of this field split between the mediums and the hards. Probably around a 6 to 8 lap run on your hard tires You're wanting the longest stint there out of your mediums. You could get somewhere into the low 20s for the medium tires here in this stint. And then I think the finishing move would be to finish this race on the soft tire. And you wouldn't probably want to run more than 10 laps on those. Less on the softs, the faster they will be throughout the run. And also, you should be pretty light on fuel by the time you would take that last pit stop. You would be taking any to get to the end at that point. Dak has moved his machine all the way up to second place now. Fab is back in third. He's got himself a nice Rain-X looking paint scheme here on that Lamborghini. Oh, the Ferrari of Snowman out there way into the dirt, able to keep it in order, don't know how. Fourth through eighth. Ninth trying to tag up there. Monkey is all tight knit. Right here, we are 2 by 2. Coming up the front stretch, 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th. Sort of lining up going into turn 1 here. Almost 3 wide going into turn 1. Definitely not the place you want to be 3 wide. You get one off into the dirt there. You see a little bit of that. Oh, Snowman gets out there. He gets loose. See a little bit of that ghosting. It's to avoid accidents with no cautions out here. Now we got guys, they're ghosted and 3 wide coming down this straight. Now going into a turn not quite as sharp and slow as turn 1, but they all survive. Cork is right there making things very tough on Monkey. And good job on Monkey there. There's a 9th coming up into this mess, and he was able to get that car around all these guys, but still very much battling with Snowman, who takes the inside, the preferred line there through that turn, down to this very sharp left-hander that goes up into a very sharp right-hand turn. Get a long sweeping lefty that goes to another sharp left that brings you back onto the front stretch. And that's where you put the pedal down. You see Cork back there. Somehow Monkey went from hero to zero in that pack of cars. Oh, Cork around. West Higgins ORV replay number 1 of the day. And who's it for? It's probably minus 1,000. It's going to be Cork. And there he goes, spinning out in front of the field. And he does a pretty good job of keeping the nose right on the direction of traffic. But as you can see, that Lexus is going to lose quite a bit of ground. See the 24 is letting Lalo around there. Probably knows he has no chance at the championship. Just looking to win the Pro-Am race at the best. Rebel Hawk out here. T-Dubs not too far away from Dak Fu, but Dak is on the mediums. So he's going to have a little bit of the grip advantage there. Fab right there. Not too far off either Dak or T-Dubs, but he is on that hard tire as well. So we're getting pretty close to that hard tire window. I wonder if we'll see anybody go down pit road and maybe change those now. Say 8 to 10 laps is about where you want to run them. That's all you have to run them. They're the least grip tire. So you definitely want to just run those as least as you have to. 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, all like that. Good racing all over the racetrack here. We are over 12 minutes in now, up to lap 8. Got some really good racing going on here. Especially back here, you know, we always talk about how the racing in the back. That's probably the most hectic of it all. You see the skill levels sort of start to even out. And then this is the product of that. You got guys racing door to door for 7th, which is what we want. Battle for 3rd, heating up. Rick has moved his car up there. I think he's in that GTR. Which is followed by the Ferrari of Snowman. Flash Bordeaux. Black Talon. Followed by Monkey, and Owood's having a good battle there for that 8th spot. So T-Dubs did go down pit road. He did change over to the medium tires. That's why you see him back here in 11th position. It's 24. There's our man Impact. Lalo, who is in the championship position, Impact needs Lalo to finish with the car between them from the Pro-Am Series to win this. Right now, I think Owood's, I'm not sure if he's, O-Town is the one. Okay, yeah, so this is a pro guy. I'm thinking of O-Town. So right now the 24 is leading the Pro-Am Series. We have 4 cars now there for the Pro-Am Series. So Dak assumes the lead off of that T-Dubs pit stop. He's out there on the medium tires. We'll see how long he chooses to run them. I think you're wanting to run these tires around 20 some laps, 20 to 23 laps, somewhere in there, depending on how you're trying to break down this race. I think also the strategy is to be on those hard tires with low fuel if you didn't start the race on them. Zepp has still got a battle here for 3rd, 1st and 2nd, pretty spaced apart from the rest of the field. Zepp and Snowman will go down this high-speed straight and try to figure it out. A heck of a battle here for this podium position here between Zepp and Snowman. Snowman was able to get around him. We do have the tire difference there. It's the mediums versus the hards. And then we go back here. Rick also on those mediums. Zepp could be in trouble here, but I feel like maybe he's starting to run those hard tires a little long. There's some of that ghosting that we had mentioned when the guys get a little too close to one another there. All these guys very close there. Look there, we got 10th. It's looking all the way up. I mean, they're close all the way to about 5th there. Zepp doing a real good job hanging on the 4th here with the tire advantage behind him. T-Dubs, he's starting to catch back up to the pack here. You see him on that medium tire. Does own the fast lap of the race at the moment. So it's T-Dubs, there's 12. There's the Pro-Am series going. I think might have had a tire change from impact, but not quite sure. Don't think so. See T-Dub's right there. He's caught back up to 10th position. Very much in the rear view. Right here, good battle here up front. I mean, you can't ask for better than that. We're 3rd through 9th, basically 10th, all fighting for 3rd position here. A mess up out of that Ferrari up front, he's going to lose a ton of positions. And he almost does it. Gets way loose out there. I think that's going to hurt his speed getting down this front stretch. That's probably going to allow Zepp to slipstream right past him here going into turn 1. Letting racing do the talking here, folks. I mean, look at this. What a line of cars we have here, and Cork's going to feel the pain here, having to stop for this half a second. Got the tires dirty along with it. Let's see, he's going to stop here, 105 all the way down into the 70s, it looked like, before he got back onto the throttle. And yeah, that's going to lose him close to 2 positions. Monkey had to fight on the inside for that one. Cork's going to look to the inside, not going to have the momentum though to really overtake down to the inside. Monkey throws that car down there, half a go, and Cork puts the 360 on her. And man, he just drops back to 9th. Guess we have Owoods with an issue or something. He's kind of dropped back off these guys a little bit. You see T-Dub's there. He's looking to get around him. He's trying to make moves, get back up through this traffic on these medium tires. He's already wore them a little bit here, just being back on the track. This is starting his 5th lap. It's about 6th lap. Vu has got himself a good little stretch of a lead here between him and Fab in 2nd. Snowman in 3rd. So you can see the gap between those. He's worked himself a little bit of breathing room to Zepp, who is in 4th, who has been in the fight of his life. Oh, Flash Gordo is going to lose some speed coming up through there. That might allow Monkey to get around him. Monkey's going to hop back in there and get some of that slipstream, push him up the front stretch here. No move there out of Monkey. I thought maybe we'd see an overtake down in the first, turn 1. Not going to happen. Court, Black Talons getting worked on by T-Dubs, and that's the march to the front that we're watching. All these other guys have not pitted. I'm not sure if we saw another pit stop throughout the field. I haven't really seen it, but Still waiting on Dak, and I think with the strategy on this tire, he's still looking at about 6 to 7 laps. I think he's going to have to run out here. Looking really worn, so let's look at some other medium tires. It's pretty worn out front there. Lalo goes down pit road. He is on the mediums, so we're changing over probably to the hard tire here, I'd imagine. There's Rebel Hawk up to 14th now. Impact on the hard tires. Mediums on the BMW. Right there's a medium tire that's worse for wear. This is Owood's probably going to have to come down this time. Could possibly get another lap off of that, but that handling is going to be atrocious with the tires so low there. So we'll see if he goes down pit road as T-Dubs gets around Black Talon. Owoods will opt for no pit road this time. Stay out there on that slither of medium compound. T-Dubs able to take over 9th position away from Black Talon. And as he's got Corks now into his sights. He gave us a couple highlights. Thought he was going to give us another one there. Monkey working on Flash Gordo, sitting in 7th position, trying to get 6th. Some real good racing. Probably one of the best races of the year thus far. With how packed everybody's staying here through our first 16 laps. Zepp in 4th, you know, he's got a little bit of a gap there between him and Snowman. There's a really good gap between Snowman and Fab here. I mean, he's still in the camera angle there after exiting the corner. Let's see, Dak, he has actually, I think, lost a little bit of lead here. Dak's still got to get some get some laps out of these tires still yet. I think he's looking about 4, maybe 5 laps now, just depending on where he could stretch that tire. I don't know, that right front ain't got a whole lot left in it. Might be able to mess with the brake bias, save a little bit here. Probably run a few slower laps. You can see from lap 9 on, he has been in the 134 range. So he's probably been feeling the wear of that tire now for a good amount of laps. There's Fab. He's got Lalo who just came out of pit road, so that's a lap down there. As Fab hangs on, he is on that hard tire, I think. Probably a hard tire, yes, for Lalo. Owood's going to go down pit road this time. He was the one with that very diminished medium tire. So he's in there getting fuel as well. That moves the 24 up to 11th. No pit stop yet for that team. T-Dubs did have the pit stop, went from hards to mediums. He's up to 10th now. That means Black Talon has gotten back around T-Dubs. Don't know, maybe had an incident somewhere. Possibly gotten off track. Not really sure. That's let's see, he's in 10th. That's quite the gap there. T-Dubs must have had a real incident. Not sure. Must have missed it there somewhere. Couldn't tell you where it happened at. Let's see. Had a slow lap somewhere. That would have been on lap 15. Probably had an incident. Cork again taking the penalty, and that's probably going to let Flash Gordo catch right up to him and make the battle for 7th. Just that. Oh, down pit road goes all these guys. Fab, Monkey, Cork, Flash Gordo down pit road, Black Talon down pit road. All these guys on that medium tire, only except for Fab. Fab, I feel like ran long on the hard tire, so he's going to put on mediums here. He's going to feel like a new man. Now everybody else probably going to switch over to that hard tire. So Fab kind of in a good position here with where he went in and came out, and how he's going to be on a medium tire. The rest of these guys are taking on fuel and tire, and I think all these guys will come out on the hards. Nope, we got a soft tire here. It's Black Talon. Monkey comes out in the softs. Cork takes the hard tire. Flash Gordo's coming out of the pits. He is on the hard tire as well. So that throws the field around a little bit. 10th place goes up to the 24 as he'll start merging on to the track with a few of these guys. So the winners of pit road there, Fab and Black Talon. Now, as far as fuel, you can see much different fuel situation there for Black Talon. Didn't take quite as much there on that run. He is on the soft tire. Probably wanted to be as light as possible on this fast tire. I guess he's going to look to go. I can't remember if he was on the hards or what, but he'll be hards or mediums on his last run. Better hope it is the mediums. Oh, down pit road some more guys. Got Snowman in on the medium tire. Slick as well. Same situation with Zepp coming in now on that hard tire. Dak Fu remains on track. And as we mentioned, you know, he needs about 2 more laps. I feel like to fit the strategy of the medium tire. T-Dubs has moved up to second. You've seen even with the incident, after everybody took their pit stops, he moves back up. So now this is the gap between him and Dak Fu, and I think that would allow him to take over the lead when Dak decides to go down pit road, because this pit road is very long. And, you know, Dak is on those worn tires, so he's not making the optimal lap that he can. Thanks to anybody watching. Please hit that like button. Waiting on Dak. He's now the only car, I believe. Oh, Lalo way off the track. You get that the West Higgins ORV replay, number 2 of the day. And this is one of those turns where you can do it. He just slides right off into the mess. But gets a nice reset there. Will help out. Rebel Hawk now down pit road. Dak down pit road. No pit yet for the 24 team. It's going to be our only car left without a pit stop, as Dak is now down pit road. Now T-Dubs is starting to catch back up to the front stretch here. That'll move him over to the lead. Tires off, tires on. Takes on a little bit of fuel. T-Dubs takes the lead. Dak's now out of pit road. He'll regain the lead as he tries to get off the pit road here. As I mentioned, you know, very long pit road. See T-Dubs right there, just out in front of him. And he's going to have to be really good off pit road here. He's going to be on cold, hard tires. He's going to have to watch out for that. And if you ask me, I feel like Dak came out in a very good spot there. T-Dubs pitted very early in the race. He had a lot of clean air. I feel like he made good use of it. And, you know, I mean, T-Dubs did have, I guess, an incident or something back there. But that is very good of Dak to, you know, try to make the most of that opportunity that he had with T-Dubs sort of running the reverse strategy in a sense. Got Lalo, Rebel Hawk. Lalo's back there. He's in danger with the leaders. Rebel Hawk not too far ahead of 15th here. Impact Racing in 13th. Owoods in 12th. Flash Gordo in 11th with a good battle here around some of these guys. 24 going to let him around. Still has not pitted there. Cork in 9th position. Zep in 8th. So since the pit stops, we got a little bit of separation. Not really a lot of heated battle out here at the moment. T-Dubs is stretching that lead a little bit now, as we are over halfway finished with our championship race right now. T-Dubs is your championship points leader. He would win the championship if the race were to end right now. We go back here. Impact Racing at the moment is your Pro-Am championship points leader. That's the separation they need right there. He has to finish 2 spots ahead. Rebel Hawks now in danger here of going a lap down. He's got T-Dubs right there behind him. Rebel Hawks known to be very generous here on the racetrack. You see him, lets him have that inside line. Running a heck of a paint scheme there in that Honda. Not sure how Dale would feel about this scheme on a Honda though. Wish we could ask him. T-Dub starts lap 22. Now we start to tick down. 26 minutes remain. Dak has 2 lapped cars ahead of him there. There's the battle for 14th. Rebel Hawks going to lose that to Lalo. Dak Fu splits him. He's out on the outside. Oh, almost makes a mess of it, but he's able to get around and get into this very slow right-hand turn that brings you into another very sharp right-hand turn. That's a very tricky part of the racetrack right there. Coming out of those left-handers up into those righties. There's Fab. He gets himself around Rebel here. He's very much on the tail of Dak Fu. And these two have switched now. You got the mediums against the hards. It was the other way around last run. Let's see what T-Dubs hits this lap. 1.337. You see he's been out there on the medium tires a bit now. About half worn on that right front. Looking about from where he pitted to now, he's about, I'd say 7 laps or so from that medium tire strategy. They're going in and then putting on the soft tires here for the end of the race. Dak and Fab both get around the lap traffic, so the Snowman has one car. There's Lalo, 14th. Black Talon has had a move from the back here. He chooses the soft tire in the middle run, and I think that's been the difference maker. You see Monkey, he's the only other guy on him, and he's right there. Then these other guys, they took hard tires. All of them, Zepp started on the hard tires. I feel like he ran maybe a little long on them. But he finds himself in 8th place right now. Flash Gordo in 9th, O-Woods in 10th, Court in 11th, and the BMW Stu is down pit road taking those tires. And no fuel, he's on the hards. So it goes for the least amount of fuel on this hard tire. And there's Impact going to be right here. See this battle off of pit road. Route 24 is off pit road, and there comes Impact in the rear view. Court was a 2.5 seconds. So that's a big hurt there, 2.5 seconds. '24's holding off Impact. Right now, it's Lalo who is in your championship position. Impact needs 2 positions. He needs to pass the 24 and hope it stays that way for the Pro-Am Championship. So that the battle is between Impact and Lalo. They need a position between them for Impact to win. Lalo just needs to finish within a position of Impact to take home the championship. Right now, T-Dubs finds himself in first. We need him to finish 9th or worst and have someone else have second place win the race. Second points, that is, which is, I do believe, Fabricio. So he's in position to make it happen. T-Dubs is on the kind of the alternate strategy, pitted around lap 8 to switch to these medium tires. So we're looking at probably 5 laps or so. Oh, there's Impact off track. Unfortunate there. We'll see what happened. Go back to the West Higgins ORV replay, number 3 today. Gets into this turn here, and oh yeah, it's a real good place to do it. Hard into the wall too. Not really what you want to do, but quickly gets onto that reverse and you know, make sure everybody gets around. There goes T-Dubs. So right now, Impact needs to get around the 24, or he needs Rebel Hawk to get around the 20. Court not having the day he wanted, I'm sure. Like I said, these pit stops have really spaced out everyone. Dak and Snowman are having a little bit of battle here. Fab not too far ahead of him. T-Dubs is starting to hit the checkout button. T-Dubs is lapped up to 12th position now. Looking for some battles. Not really. Got Black Talon Monkeys still pretty relevant to each other. Dak Food, Snowman's going to try to figure it out. Both of these guys on the hard tires. Ferrari versus GTR for a podium position. It's just 19 minutes left here in this one, and I think most guys will be going to the soft tire at the end. We've seen a few guys that'll probably be switching to the hards. Black Talon and Monkey, I believe, are some of those people. The first half of this race, before we had the majority of our pit stops, this field was inseparable. And but since that pit stop, the strategy sort of kicked in. Not a whole lot of competition going on. Right here is our best battle. Then our next best battle would be this one. Which is slowly becoming the best battle on track now. Camera here from 3rd through 6th. So we have 2 battles brewing up between these drivers. Right now, as far as championship goes, T-Dubs is your Pro Series championship points leader live. And for the Pro-Am series right now, it will be Lalo, your championship points holder. The 24, I think, just out of the running for it here. Just not enough Pro-Am cars to make a difference between him, Impact, and Lalo. Impact and Lalo are separated by very few points. So few that Impact just needs one space between them. Hard tires do not go too far here for the 24. And looking at the clock to lap ratio, I think we'll have about 9 more laps here. As we're closing in, this is about 16.5 minutes remaining. Black Talon is down pit road. We'll see what he switches to. Battle there for third. Still looks like that. Monkey wins the battle for fifth off the pit stop from Black Talon. He went down. I'm just curious to see what tires he put on. Takes on the rest of the fuel that he'll need. Goes into the hard tire. So I figured a few of these guys would be finishing on that hard tire. That's not really what you want to do. You kind of want to hit that first or in the middle, because, you know, they just have the least amount of grip, and I feel like at the end of the race you want to get as fast as possible, especially in these races. They kind of go to dusk, maybe even fall into early nightfall, and that's the most grip as the track cools down. So you want the grippiest tire on the portion, or on the racetrack in the grippiest part of the day. T-Dubs goes back down pit road. He actually will be taking on the soft tire. So that'll be interesting. He'll be probably the fastest. Monkey right now actually holds your fast lap, ran on lap 23. So he's held it for a number of laps now. Monkey's name on the board, holding the fastest lap of the race right now. Dak moves up to second. Fab up to first here off of that pit stop. Snowman also went down pit road. T-Dubs is now going to be coming out. He'll be on the soft tire, and he has enough fuel to make it to the end of this race. Right now, T-Dubs is still your championship point leader. But if something were to happen and wouldn't allow him to get back in the groove here, it could get interesting to see lap traffic. There, 24 comes up on T-Dubs. I think just kind of let off the throttle there to avoid having to go over kind of a repass, because, you know, that would have definitely happened. 24 would have went around right there, but had to give it right back up in a very tough part of the racetrack. So just decided to hang out. It still hangs on here. Zep did not really catch up to him very much there. Monkey's out here. He's on those soft tires. They're pretty worn. I think he'll be moving to the mediums. I think he started on the hards. I could be wrong, but I thought he did. I think he'll move over to the mediums. Might have to have a tad bit of fuel, as he will go in right now. That's a good move by him. You know, don't want to wait around too long. T-Dub's still going to get you, but you can save quite a bit here on the Black Talon pit stop. I feel like he still ran some really decent laps while out there on track. Still waiting to get there to his pit stall though. See Snowman here, he's in 6th position. He's quite a bit of ways here from Zep. T-Dub's going to have to work back up there. He is on the fastest tire. TWC. Fabricio is still your leader. He'll have to go down pit road. He'll have to take soft tires as well. But I feel like, you know, him and Zepp both, I feel like they ran a little too long on that hard tire. Well, I know he did, Fabricio here, he did for sure. Maybe one of the paint schemes of the day here, this Rain-X scheme. Everybody's still spaced out. We're kind of just waiting on T-Dubs in this pit stop ahead of him. Dak already went down pit road. He gets passed by Zepp. Let's see. Got Snowman. He'll pass him as well. Flash Gordo is actually going to go down pit road, so Dak will come back out on the soft tire. With that, Dak actually has had himself a pretty good race. He's led a ton of laps there after T-Dubs done the early pit stop. And I feel like he has himself in a real good position here. There's Dak Fu coming off pit road. There's Snowman just ahead of him. Too bad Snowman also on that soft tire. Zepp is on the medium. That is wearing though. So Dak and Snowman both have an opportunity, I feel like, to catch this 420 car. It does have some traffic, but it is lenient traffic at that. T-Dubs is just hanging out in second. You know, he realizes there is a pit stop to be made ahead of him. And I can't blame Fab at this point. You know, I think I run as long as possible. Just to, you know, just have the opportunity possibly for T-Dubs to make a mistake, because at this point in the race, with the separation that you're experiencing, it's, you know, he's going to pass you while you're on pit road, and that's just how it's going to happen. You could make it close. Still at this point, you could make it close. Maybe just running these tires a little long too. He probably could have pitted maybe a lap or two ago, and he would be been in a very good position to win this race, I feel like. As, you know, even with that pit road being long, he would have had a fresher soft tire over T-Dubs. Nonetheless, still in championship winning position here is TWC. He's looking to be 3-time world champ, to match his gamer tag abbreviations. This will now become an acronym, other than the ones that Monkey had previously come up with. I apologize. Court wrecking somebody does not count. Okay, here we go. Fab's down pit road. Maybe a couple of laps a little too late. We'll see how the strategy works out. Lap 5? Yeah, that was a while back. We're at 8.5 minutes to go. T-Dubs is coming up the home stretch. That figures. T-Dubs is taking the lead now. Alright, so Fab's still on pit road. He comes off pit road. He is on the soft tire. Snowman, I don't think he's going to be in attacking position here for second place. Could be. As he gets up to speed here, he's just now off pit road. And there's Snowman coming onto that back straightaway, so we want to call it. The back straight kind of runs into the front straight back there. And yeah, that's one of my favorite elements of the visual aspects of this game, is watching that rotor glow. Should get some up here in this turn. There we go. See those front brakes doing the work. up on lap traffic. Impact not that far off 10th place. Let's see what the issue is here. Back here, this is for the Pro-Am Championship. Guys, I mean, right here, Impact needs to catch the 24. That would give him enough separation here, I do believe. Unless he needs Lalo to get 2 positions lost here, but I think he just needs to pass the 24 and hope that that stays the way it is. This is for the Pro-Am Championship. That's Impact looking ahead at the 24 of Stu. That's for that championship there. You see Snowman in 3rd, right behind this 10th place car. And it looks like maybe low on fuel here, because still looking at about 6.5 minutes in this race, and we are about between quarter and empty. We've got an 1/8 of a tank of gas here. Owoods is going to go down pit road. That'll switch a few positions there. Look at Monkey and Zep here is going to have a battle, beefing up for 5th position. Dak has himself a well of a lead on 5th position. So now Dak's looking ahead at Snowman, who's looking ahead at Fab, who has the fresh soft tires. So it's going to be hard to compete with. 24 is going to let this battle for 3rd act natural. And so Snowman gets around him. He'll have a little bit of open air to work with now, as Dak will have to work up towards that 24 and get around. And he is on the chase, though, for that podium position. So we're going to keep an eye on this battle as well. But do not forget, right there, that 24 is sort of the difference maker for the Pro-Am Championship between Impact and Lalo. Monkey might have lost a step there on Zep. Monkey could still slip up, and I don't know, hard tires here on the AMG. Don't think that'll do. Soft tires on Flash Gordo's car, possibly to get up to 7th here before it's all said and done. Owoods goes on the freshest soft tires on the track. Here's the 10 car, Impact Lalo. So, and a penalty there on the 12th place car, not good. This is the Pro-Am Championship. Impact needs to pass the 24 here, who has now a 1 second penalty. So, and then he needs that to stay the same. Pretty sure. Could be a 2 position loss that he's looking at here. So he may need Lalo to make a serious mistake, but let's get back up here. This battle for 3rd. See how that's shaping up. That could be something here by the time we get to the end of our clock. 4 minutes now remain here at Interlagos Season 3 GT Pro Series Championship. T-Dub's looking to go 3 in a row. And, we had the first season, there was no competition for the championship in the final race, I don't believe. In the second season, we did sort of like the NASCAR format, where the last 4 fight for the championship. So technically that championship was up for grabs, but on points, this is the first time we've had a championship still up for grabs at the championship race. That's just the dominance that is TWC. But yeah, so if he was to finish 9th or 10th and Fabricio would have won, would have been the champion out on points. Which, looking at the lead right now, you still need T-Dubs to have like the most terrible 3 minutes of his racing career. But if he could still somehow win this race, that would mean something. He got his first win just a few weeks ago, and I was happy to see him get it. He races really well. and glad to have him here in Ruthless with us. And he makes Ruthless International, him and his guy Zepp here, both from El Salvador. And we much appreciate those guys wanting to be here in Ruthless with us. Monkey definitely lost a step on Zepp. Dak probably keeping fourth step there with the third place car, Snowman. The rear tires here for Dak are much better, but as far as front tire goes, they're about even. Snowman, looking at his fuel here, he'd probably have to go another lap. It's going to be interesting. Maybe the fuel gets Snowman. Talking about that battle back here for that Pro-Am championship. Impact's getting real close to that 24, and that 24 is getting real close to being out of gas. So we'll keep an eye on that. We'll have to maybe go to the points for that Pro-Am championship when it's all said and done. There's Snowman and Dak. It's very much the same. Oh no. Now that was a mistake out of Snowman. I don't think he would have preferred that to have happened. That might have allowed Dak to catch up just a tad. I think this is going to be your one to go, presented by Skew Car. This T-Dubs takes us down into around turn 3, 4 area. There's some gracious traffic there in 13th. Fab not too far off T-Dubs. This is not one of the most dominant performances, but we did see some kind of issue with T-Dubs back there some laps ago. It was on his middle stint. He had gotten around Black Talon, got up to 9th, and dropped back to 10th. Race is finishing back here from 7th on back. Black Talon and Flash Gordo. We're just going to go to the West Higgins ORV replay for this finish for 7th place. Right here, it is door to door coming out of the last turn. Black Talon, Flash Gordo. I thought Flash Gordo might have been able to catch up with those hard tires. He goes down to the inside. They are drafting, beating each other up. Sparks flying. And his Black Talon is able to hang on those hard tires. Flash Gordo finishes 8th. Let's go back up here, look at Dak Fu and Snowman. They are getting close. Owoods is coming out of his last turn. He'll finish 9th. Stu has ran out of fuel, going to run out of fuel. Impact already got around him right here, coming through these last set of turns. There's T-Dubs. He is coming through, and he will be your Season 3 GT Pro Series champion. 3P for T-Dubs. Second place will belong to ECM Fab. What a season for him. First season here in Ruthless. And I mean, he did not disappoint. There's Snowman. He's in 3rd, and he'll finish his Season 3 up with a podium. But Dak was able to cut the difference and make it a close one there, coming in for 4th position. Zepp in 5th, followed by Stu in 11th. Oh, we are out of fuel there in the BMW. And Zepp will finish his season up with a top 5. Monkey finishes up Season 3 with a top 6. And not a disappointing season for any of these guys, really. Now we're looking back here. I think that separation, we go over to the points, and it was a 9-point spread. So he needed another position between him and Lalo to win that championship. So Lalo will be your Pro-Am champion. So congratulations, TWC and Lalo, for winning those championships. Season 3 here at Interlagos. Season 3 overall, pretty good. Had a lot of drivers, the most drivers we had in our 3 seasons of doing this. So thanks to everybody who made that happen. Thanks to people who still watch these. I know early part of this year has been pretty crazy for me, so we didn't get all these broadcasts in, but I wanted to get the ones I could, and especially the ones that mattered, like this, the championship race. So much appreciate you guys. Just been a hectic first part of the year here for me, but hopefully everything gets back in order. But this is the end of season 3. We're trying to work out some kinks about what we would want to do for a season 4. The summer is coming up, so that is a little bit easier on some guys when the summer's coming up. But yeah, so thanks to everybody who made this season happen. I hope most of you guys, if not all of you guys, come back. And hope you guys enjoyed that championship race. It was some really good racing in the first half. Then we saw the strategies sort of come into play. Still had some chase downs there at the end, but overall, real good race. Congratulations to our champions, TWC and Lalo, and see if those guys can go back and defend those championships. Lalo, our first Pro-Am champion, by the way, as well. So congratulations to him for starting that new portion of our record book. And T-Dub's going for a 4-peat. We'll see if we can get somebody to get in here that'll actually stick around that could give him a little bit of a tough go. We thought we had some guys lined up that were going to race that could possibly give him a run for his money, but I don't know. Maybe the T-Dubs was too intimidating, and they decided not to stick around. But nonetheless, we'll be back with something in the future. We'll keep you up to date on what will be going on with the league, the GT7 league, and also if you're into NASCAR stuff, have iRacing. We are also looking for people to join an iRacing league that will be through Ruthless. So if you would be interested in that, give us a shout out on Discord. But without further ado, appreciate everybody who makes this happen. Season 3, great success. And rock on, race on, Ruthless Racing.